Hey everyone, it's lesson 4. We are about to add and subtract with some fractions here. All right. So, the big thing, the big phrase is it's right there. It's right there. Common denominator. All right. So this phrase of common denominator, it's something you're going to see a lot of because as you move forward in your math careers, you're still going to be dealing with common denominators. Not just straight up fractions always, but these things called polynomial. Anyway, some of them. All right, so common denominator. Common, same, denominator, the bottom part of a fraction that's here. So we really like the first problem because it already has a common denominator. So it has exactly what we're looking for. We don't have to go hunting for it. So when we add fractions, hey, numerator with the numerator, and we keep the denominator that's there. So 2 plus 5 is 7. And then we keep the 9, so we're at 7 ninths. Show's over. All right. Question number 2. 7 eighths minus 3 eighths. Hey, common denominators. Yes. We can subtract. We get 4 eighths. But, go back up in directions here. We need to simplify. Remember, simplify means that we are going to divide. We have to divide by the same number. So we have this thing called the greatest common factor, which just means, hey, let's find the biggest number we can divide them both by. As long as you are finding a common factor, a number you can divide by, you're fine. It doesn't have to be the greatest. In question number 2 there at 4 eighths, I could divide by 2, but then I have to divide by 2 again. If I divide by the greatest common one, which is the 4, 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Hey, 1/2. I got the job done in one step. All right, so let's go on to question number 3. Common denominators necessary. So to find a common denominator, what we're really using are the multiples. So we'd like you to be able to do this in your head, and here's what's kind of going on. I see the 4. I'm listing out the multiples, which are your multiplication facts. So we've got like a 4, an 8, a 12, a 16. We can just list out a few of them there. And then the 3. Okay, so I've got a 3, a 6, a 9, a 12, all right? And whoa, stop right there. What's in common? There it is, the 12s. So 12 is my common denominator. Now you might be thinking, hey, can't I just multiply the two bottom numbers together? And if you do that, sometimes your simplifying is going to be a big mess. So it's not a good habit that we want to develop. So, common denominators here. I know my common denominator is 12. So I like to stack my fractions just simply because I can see them a little bit better. So if I need a 12 for my denominator, I need to figure out, hey, what do you multiply the 4 by to get to the 12? Well, it's a 3. So I need to multiply the top one by a 3 as well. So 3 times 3 gives me a 9. Also use the 12. What do you multiply the 3 by to get to the 12? Well, that's a 4. So that's what you have to multiply the top number by. So 2 times 4 is 8. Now I can add 9 12s plus 8 12s, common denominator, and I get 17 12s. All right. There's no one I can divide 17 and 12 by. So we're good. Simplifying. Improper fractions, they're fine. If you're asked to change it into a mixed number, this goes back to your long division in a way. This is how we really want to be able to use the long division. So if fraction means to divide, a fraction bar is a division. So 17 divided by 12, how many groups of 12 can you take out of 17? Well, it's 1. How many pieces are left over? It's a 5, so it's 1 and 5 12ths. Again, if you're looking at it, we could go ahead and do all of that. We could do that. We could do that. We could do that. All right. And there's your 1 and 5 12ths. My remainder was a 5. All right. And I was trying to put them in groups of 12. So again, it's just something to be aware of. I don't mind the 17 12ths. You're going to use improper fractions a lot. So let's find ourselves a good one here. And yeah, 5's a good one here. The reason why I think 5's a good one is if you just multiply the two bottom numbers together, you'll get 24. And 24 will work, but you're going to have to do some simplifying that's there. Again, we'd rather you just kind of go through your multiplication facts here and come up with a smaller number. what's going through here is the idea that you are listing out your multiplication facts. All right, so let's search. Did you think that maybe the audio was out because it was so quiet? Yeah, sorry about that. So, yes, hey, I listed a few of them out there. I found there is a 12 that's in common. So I can use 12 as my common denominator. If you don't want to rewrite them and stack them, that's fine. Check it out here. I can just draw my arrows this way. What do you multiply the 6 by to get to the 12? 2. So 5 times 2 is a 10. What do you multiply the 4 by to get to a 12? 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. So now I can subtract 10 twelfths minus 9 twelfths. Hello, 1 12th. So again, that's what we're after. We really don't want to just simply multiply. 6 is another good example. 2 and the 8. All right, your common denominator. It's 8. All right, and again, I can list out my multiplication facts. 8, 16, 24. I can list out the 2, the 4, the 6, the 8, and there it is. But again, we'd like you to be able to just poof, all right? Use your mental math that's there. All right, so let's finish this up here. What do you multiply the 2 by to get to an 8? Well, that's a 4. So when I multiply 1 times 4, I get a 4. And what do you multiply the 8 by to get to the 8? Well, you multiply by 1. So when you multiply 3 times the 1, all right, you get a 3. So we can add and say hello to 7 eighths. All right. Mixed numbers are the exact same, except you just got to add or subtract the whole numbers that are there. Let's look at question number 1 real quick here. All right. It won't take long to finish up here. 1/8 plus 5/8, 6/8, because we got a common denominator. 3 plus 2, the whole numbers. Hello, 5. So 5 and 6/8. But wait. We can simplify. We can divide 6 and 8. We can divide them both by 2. So if I divide them both by 2, I get 3/4. Hey, the whole number doesn't change. It's just the 5 that's there. So my winning answer is 5 3/4. So yeah, hey, there we go, people. We'll be seeing this more. But that's your little fresh reminder. Take care. We'll see you later.